back to work. Nimwegen has a lot of hemp and a lot of fish that are not flowing. Do we even have a Nimwegen fish guy? Nimwegen to Haarlem hemp is what runs, and it has stopped for some reason. But we don't have a Nimwegen to anywhere else for fish. Also, is 3,000 enough given the hemp production here? Yeah, it should be plenty. So yes, I need to flow with this fish. I'm glad to have fish, but if it doesn't flow, then it's no good. We make 800 per day. It would be easier just to bring it up to Haarlem, and then Haarlem's existing fish thing can just be expanded upon. Haarlem doesn't seem hurting for fish either. So Nimwegen needs about a 4-day production of fish delivery. So 4,000 should do plenty. Also, Nimwegen's population is not yet maximum, so is that going to line up properly? It's 400. So no, it's going to be a lot more. You make 3 bits of fish, right? Yes, you make 12. It's going to be 12. Okay, so we're going to need 5 river cogs on this. Fortunately, river cogs are what I have. This palm guy is a whole bunch of river cogs. Where are my river cogs then? There you are. Oh, that's kind of ridiculous. Okay, you're not just river cogs. You're a whole bunch of crayers as well. I mean, you could be crayers. Looks like I have plenty of crayers, so crayers it is then. I needed about 5,000 capacity. And there we go. You go from Nimwegen to Haarlem. Very simple. And you just move that fish. Load all the fish, get to Haarlem, and unload all the fish. Now I'm going to reach a problem if I find out that I'm out of boats before I fulfill all of these supply things, and I probably will. I mean, I've bulked up the Hansa by a magnitude of 6, and yet it's not like I've suddenly had 6 times as much haulage. Still, you are Nimwegen to Haarlem fish. Do I have a short name for you? I think I already used the name Maple, but I'm not sure if I used Hubris. If I haven't, we can use it again. Sorry, if I have, we can use it again. Haarlem fish. Get to work, please. Fish was not the only thing that was overflowing in Nimwegen, right? It's got plenty of hemp that it also produces. And salt, which, again, it also produces. No, it wasn't overflowing in salt. Also, it needs salt. So that's okay, and it doesn't get enough salt. And I just upped the hemp movement, didn't I? Didn't I? No, I just reactivated it. I mean, I make 500. I use more than that. Okay, that's the problem then. You shouldn't be running anymore. It's a shame, because you've got a great captain. So I'll just call you a Todo. You should not be getting rid of any hemp. In fact, I hope Nimwegen gets supplied with hemp. The supply guy that goes to Nimwegen probably does that, but I'm going to have to check on that to make sure that it does. I'll check on it now whilst it's still fresh in my head. Supply Nimwegen. The Pjol. You bring a lot of hemp, right? Why is clothes not traded here? You bring a lot of salt and you bring a ton of hemp. That's exactly what I needed to see. Good. Just great. Okay, so with that, Nimwegen looks fine. Haarlem has a ton of honey that isn't flowing. The hemp Rostock West 3 Vasa is minuscule. I'm surprised enough hemp gets around here. Okay, so the Haarlem guy has a honey guy that needs to be made a lot bigger and a fish guy that needs to be made a lot bigger. So Haarlem in general needs to be looked at. Haarlem to Rostock, the honey. Wow. It's a 9-day journey with a pretty meaty fleet, but it's still not meaty enough. So you need to be meated up, really. The bricks seem adequately dealt with. It's just the honey and will now need to be the fish. Haarlem to Rostock, fish Le Grand. Yeah, you need to be made so much bigger as well. Don't think we have a lot of cogs for you. And this is fish we're talking about. So Haarlem already makes, let's see, 217 fish of its own. And it's about to get all of the Nimwegen stuff, which is 400. So essentially you need to triple the size of this thing. It's 700, it needs to be made about 2,000 or more. Which means that's a job for about 10 caravels. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And where are those cogs at? There we go. Take these cogs back. Since I'm only using caravels here now, hopefully it'll be faster. I don't think that that this updates depending on what you have there, but that should be good. Otherwise, the honey guy needs to be made that bit bigger. So again, it's a 9-day journey, and you're meant to be transporting all of Cologne's honey, which was, or is going to be... No, it's 2,200 a day. So you need a capacity of, well, this times 10, 22,000. And that's why it's been getting too big. Caravels bring me up to 22. And there we go. Get back to it. So with that, all of these guys are done now. We can move over to Groningen. Groningen looks fine. It's not overproducing anything. Bremen, they have a lot of hemp, but I think they've always had a lot of hemp, and they are dealing with it. Bremen to Rostock, hemp, the Why Brigade. Oh, they're not active as why. Why does Bremen keep failing me with the hemp? It's not like they use it here. Are they still on some hemp brigade? Like one of the western hemp ones we have? Show me the hemp. EFGH. Hemp West. Well, you don't hit up Bremen. You don't hit up Bremen. And this pathetic one also doesn't hit up Bremen. I can't imagine why Hemmen keeps getting bummed out with the hemp here then. Can't begin to imagine. Oh well, consider that in the future. The sheep are flowing fine though, almost too fine, so I can say that Bremen looks brilliant. And then there's Hamburg, again with the hemp. Haarlem to Rostock, wool to shred. So that's right, you drop wool off at these guys because they make cloth. That works for me. And then the cloth flows quite nicely. So what is that? The Hamburg hemp guy probably isn't working well enough. Jake, I'm glad you're doing your part to help cure Callum's insomnia. He's gonna wish he was asleep. Okay, good. This isn't the enemies. Got a bit concerned there. Perfection. Still, the hemp production here in 10 days. Okay, well it's 300 and really 349. It's an odd number to have. Hamburg, explain. No, it is meant to be 349. So you make 349 times 6, so you make, well, you're going to make 2,100. So I need about 21,000 capacity on that. Where's the Hamburg guy? Hamburg to Rostock. We don't have a guy that brings the hemp from Hamburg. Why not? Seems awfully strange not to have that. Oh well, if I don't have it, I don't have it. I have to make one, and that's painful. Well, we'll get the Grimsby on it. The Grimsby is off to Novgorod. Transporting loads of spices, because it's about the only thing that we can still find. First off, sell those spices for ludicrous amounts of money. And we have an extremely experienced captain here, because I've had the Grimsby going for donkeys. What did I say? 21,000 capacity? Why, that's 11 caravels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm just surprised they're not already hugely overladen with hemp. Am I sure I didn't have anything dealing with Hamburg? I think they're stopped off by the auto fleet, so I'm going to have to rip them away from that as well. Oh, and give that Crayer back. You are now Hamburg to Rostock hemp. You can still be called Grimsby though, it's a good strong name. Hamburg to Rostock hemp. None of this nonsense. Hamburg, Rostock hemp. Load all the hemp there, go to Rostock and dump all that hemp. It's very simple. I'm sure you'll be fine with it. I feel like I'm missing something here. There's something fundamental that I've forgotten here. What is it? Yes, the hemp guys that go west. Hemp, Rostock, west, 1, 2, and 3. I knew it. This is the reason that Hamburg hasn't been hurting so bad. Remove Hamburg from your list. There we go. Okay, so, and bear in mind, this, what I'm not doing right now is worrying about the redistribution. I'm worrying about getting the supply over to the central hub. Ripen, you constantly have problems producing enough enough pelts for me because I don't give you enough metal goods. I understand that. I also understand that this fleet that I've given you is pathetic. In an ideal world, you'll make so many of these that I won't even know what to do with them all. That's not good. I think the real not good thing is that you just don't get enough metal goods. Perhaps I don't tell you to bank enough of them. 5,000 is not going to see you through for a very long time. Really, you should hold on to like 10,000 of that and 10,000, yeah, 10,000 of both of them, because God knows when you'll actually get enough of them. There we go. That won't solve the problem. The problem is, of course, that I don't have a steady enough flow of the damn things. Also, I kind of wish I had more warehouses here. How many do I have? Yeah, 30, and I just ate up 10 of them with those two outrageous demands. Nonetheless, just do your best. I will need to come and deal with you later. But that can be managed after distribution is seen to. I'm sure all my central cities are doing fine. There shouldn't be anything that you have multiple tens of thousands of. You're good, you're good. Berlin. Berlin is great, it brings us our metal goods. Breslau is being fixed. Posen is good. Warsaw, the honey is being fixed. Kaunas is in general being fixed. Alright, the inlands are looking good. And that is all of this area and the inlands done, so they all get everything flowing to Rostock fine. So let's look at everything around Scandinavia. There again, plenty of mead and meat that isn't flowing. Mead and meat from Bergen. Interesting. That tells me they actually get honey. Yeah. And they get salt. Also, yeah. Good, so my Bergen guys need to be bumped up a lot. Bergen to Rostock, meat and mead both exist. This is good, but they're both going over to Nashstead right now to be bumped up. Get over there. So Bergen makes for me quite a lot. If I can find them on my list, wherever they are. Never that easy to find, are you? Bergen is like 300 mead and 250 meat. That's quite a lot. Why don't I not do any maths and instead look at this? Also, how long is the journey? 10 days. I know it says 8, I just like to round things up, because you do have to take into account moments where ships have to stop and get fixed. Wonderful. Okay, so you'd think the meat guy is plenty enough, but he's not. Why not? In 10 days, you should have that taken care of. Well, I guess I'll just add an extra one to you for safety. And then there's the mead, of which I make... Okay, I need 6,000 and, let's say, 3,000. Alright. Let's get that cog on you then. And then you get back to work. Because yeah, you were meant to be plenty. I think it was already a problem before, so maybe I'm just being overly sensitive. You, however, are not enough. Just drink up that extra caravel and get back to work. And with that, Bergen should be fine. I mean, I will probably have to run around quite a lot of these places with the wild card Thagnus to dry them up, but that's okay. Stavanger looks great. Maybe a little bit too much meat. But maybe it's okay. Stavanger, there's no way you carry enough with 2,000 actually. Only takes 7 days, but you're going to make a lot more than that in that time. I'd be happy enough if you just had an extra caravel on you. So we're going to take this extra caravel when we get here. Yoink, and now you should be plenty. Should be. Hopefully you are. The SS, no taxes, flies on again. And that's nice because Stavanger only does that and a little bit of grain. And that little bit of grain I think flows around nicely with the general grain guys that go around. So I'm not worried about that at all. It's only a minor amount. Next up is Oslo. Oslo is meant to be almost meat and nothing but. It does a little bit of salt, but there's no way that I need to worry about distributing that because it's not even enough to keep up with our salt demands for the meateries. The meateries, well, I mean, they're not overflowing here at all, so my assumption is that everything's flowing fine there. Gotham City, looking great. Aalborg, great. Malmö, this has been a very tricky one with regards to pitch and tools, but it's looking great. Navsted, great. Flenberg, metal tools over production, great. That's because you always break down. Well, you're active now, but is 1,000 even enough here? Where's our tool production? No, 1,000's nowhere near enough. Even though it's only 3 days, let's round it up to 5. You need a capacity of over 3,000 for that. Get over to Navsted, grab a few more cogs, and carry on your merry way. There you go. Get back to it. Seize his possessions for 355 ducats. I want more. Reputation loss in Rostock, if you say so. Okay, so these guys were all good, except for Flenberg and their tools. Did tools distract me from anything else here? No, they're meant to have tons of metal. Otherwise, that's good. Lübeck. looking great. Rostock, well, I mean, Rostock should be full of everything. It's got 3.1 million goods, so it's over 1,000% storage capacity here. So everybody's using every spare room they can, and I'm paying them healthily for it. Yeah, almost 1/3 ducats every single day. But hey, look at the vast amounts we've got from only the few times that we've unpaused. Still, Rostock looks perfect to me. Doesn't need to change at all. I wish I could build warehouses outside of the city, but that is not possible. And there's nowhere left to put them. But ideally, once I get distribution sorted out, it won't be a problem. Stettin looks fine. Stettin gets lots of spices, however, and those are not flowing. So, Stettin, administrator, I want you to buy every single bit of spice you can for a high price. And then, hopefully, I can ship them all over. I worry about it being such a short route that Caravel would get it done too quickly. So, how about a single cog does it? It'll be the Stettin to Rostock Spice, or Spick. And what names do we have coming in from here? The Comintern. I don't have the space for that because it's got such a long name there. I see Mindy, however. I haven't been ticking these off lately, so I don't know if I've even been using them properly. It's a really short journey. Hopefully the spices flow regularly enough. Load as many spices as you can, go to Rostock and unload all those spices. I think just the inland cities will be getting these spices. Stettin to Rostock, Spick. Instead of Comintern, just do commies, Jake. We got space for that? Of course we do. Get to work. Other than the spices, Stettin looks great. Danzig will probably not look great. Ooh, a storm in Thorn. Thorn's honey and mead. I think we sorted those earlier, didn't we? I hope we did. It's also got a lot of spices. Do I actually have something for that? I don't think I do. Probably should have somebody from Thorn bring those spices back to Nefstead. And you should be buying a lot more than 10,000 of them, but that's my own problem. I'll get no, maybe not even a single one. Get a couple of river cogs on that. You will be Thorn to Rostock spices. And you can be Mindy. Yeah, Miondi. Load as many spices as you can, go to Rostock and dump them. Very low effort, high profit kind of shipment this, because spices are worth so much. I mean, the alternative is that I don't centralize the spices and instead go out and ship them around. Which might be a better idea, actually. No, I want them centralized. Well, no, I still want them centralized. Might even need 2 river cogs for that. Depends how fastly... I don't know how fast spices come in, though. That's the thing. But get on it anyway. Right, so I looked at you, Thorn, everything else. I'm pretty sure I was fixing these. I have vague memories of fixing these. Well, it would help if I actually activated these. And he does run, right? Yeah, you run. And there was a Thorn Mead guy, right? Thorn to Danzig Mead. And yeah, you're working on it. Good. Stettin to Rostock, spices already failed. Why? You go to Stettin, you load as many spices as you can. Are you telling me that Stettin is protecting spices? That's a problem. Maybe I should never protect them. In fact, that's probably why it failed over here as well, right? There's really no need to protect these guys from it, because they appear in the... Yeah, that is exactly what the problem was. Who else gets spices? I think it's just Cologne, Bruges, Stettin, and Thorn. So no need to protect any. Also really do take tons of them. Oh. And you can pay a... well, sell them for a more lucrative price for ourselves. Okay, that should sort that out a bit better. And then our spice guys can get back to running. Let's try and keep this the same across the board. So spices, 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 and... I don't think no, I just set up a thorn spices guy. Alright, that looks good then. Danzig. Probably not good on many fronts. Probably not good on any fronts. The mead should be flowing, I set that up. But the metal, the brick, the wood... I mean, the mead guy isn't running for whatever reason. He should now. The Danzig to Rostock brick guy failed. Oh, and that guy's called Mindy. Alright, but he's shifting 6,000 bricks. Probably every 5 days or so. So where's our clay pit? Yeah, that looks fine to me at a glance. Where's the brick guy? Well, the meat guy will tell me the same. 5 days. So the brick one's fine. The wood is piling up. I'm going to need... what's it going to be? About 8,000 capacity on the wood guy. Is there such a guy? Danzig to Rostock, brick, wine. Okay, there is wood. And he does bring plenty of wood. 8,000 in fact. So that should be plenty, really. I guess he just hasn't been active long enough. That's the only reason I can think of. Just smack him up a bit just in case. But then there's the metal. We have a lot of metal coming in, and I do own some smelters here, right? Not a lot, but I do have a bit of smelting. Good, my competitor hasn't been building up. Right, so I need this times 5. A couple thousand capacity will do that. But there is no Danzig to Rostock metal man, so we'll have to sort that out right now. I have no autos left with which to pick from, so I need a single caravel to do this. Now Shed, spit off a single caravel for me, and you will be the Danzig to Rostock metal. And what names do we have coming in? Max Power. I like it. We've got room for space? We do not. From Danzig, go to Rostock. Very, very simple. Load all the metal. And then unload all the metal. Easy. Now there's something else I want to check. The clothes guy. Danzig to Rostock clothes, the Janeway. You're only 500 capacity. That scares me a little because Danzig probably produces a lot more clothes than that by now. Not by a lot, actually. So you could be bigger. I also worry that Danzig doesn't get enough cloth. I mean, sure, I store plenty of it, but still. Cloth is about the only raw material they really need.